When the earth starts to settle, God throws a stone at it. And believe me, he's winding up.
Take 3. Maybe we'll actually get this video made. Who knows? So, since coming back to YouTube, I have had a handful of videos break 1,000 views. It's not great numbers all in all. You know, it's good for what I usually do. But, you know. And whenever that happens, brings in a lot of new people. And it kind of gives me a feel for where you know, things are, right? And the black fatigue video, I've gotten actual arguments. Like, people have made actual arguments. Some of the arguments have been fucking crazy. But some of them have been, you know, arguments that, you know, I had to think about a whole lot and add a whole lot of thought to it and subtract a whole lot of blatant racism from it. And then I kind of, I don't know, I've been thinking about the black fatigue thing a lot. Just by the responses that I've gotten. I think with that video, I internalized a lot of it. Like, I took it personally, for lack of a better term. And I kind of thought about my perspective of the phenomena, which is usually what I do here. I give my perspective of what the topic is. And from my perspective, you know, I do a comedy channel wherein I tackle socio-political topics. That's what we do here, right? And it's tough to do that sometimes because I have to look at a whole bunch of sources. I got to look at all sorts of different things. I have to be very knowledgeable about all manner of different topics. And then I have to figure out how best to utilize that in a comedic fashion to get some giggles and have a little entertainment. And maybe at the 10 20 minute mark, then we'll start actually like getting serious about shit. And I see a lot of things. I watch a lot of news. And I see a lot of people making problems. Right? I'm also a pragmatist. I don't give a shit to dice up people into groups. There's people making problems, and there's people not. Right? We always kind of focus on the people making problems, because the people not making problems aren't doing anything. Like, they're fucking living life. We don't really report a whole lot on so-and-so went to the bank today, and then went home. Nothing happened. Like, we report on things when some kid goes to a track meet and stabs another kid in the heart. That's when everybody's got something to talk about, right? When some kid goes into the grocery store and sprays bug spray on all the produce, right? Oh, we gotta talk about that, right? Some guy goes into the gas station and licks all the ice creams. Oh, we gotta talk about that. This person making problems, that person making problems, all these people making problems. And I see people making problems, right? And so from my perspective, I look at the black fatigue thing, and I see what people are saying, and I look at the examples that they give, and in my mind I think, oh, those assholes. They're assholes. Like, that's it. They're just assholes. And yeah, I got a problem with assholes. I don't like assholes. Nobody likes assholes. I see assholes. But it seems that everybody collectively now is noticing a whole lot of black assholes. And it's like, oh. Yeah, I mean, I guess that has taken an uptick. But still, at the end of the day, I see assholes doing asshole behavior. So I don't really take it from that perspective. But I have said for a long time on this channel, it's very well documented, that I believe that a black American culture is bad. I think that any culture that develops a phrase like snitches get stitches, or why are you acting white, I think that's piss poor culture. I've always said that, gotten in trouble for that quite a bit. Nevertheless, I think it still remains the truth. And it's interesting to me that during the course of looking into the black fatigue subject, and now that I've made the video and I've seen the commentary on it, I'm seeing a lot of people saying a lot of things that I've said for a long time. 17% of the population commits 70% of the violent crime. That's a problem. Right? Fatherlessness, all these things. Everybody's bringing all this shit up, and I'm like, yeah, I've been talking about that forever. But they're telling me like I don't know. And I'm like, alright, fine. Like, what terrorist organization is worse than the other? Are the Houthis really worse than Hamas? Or is Hamas worse than the Houthis? Who is the all-time worst? Was ISIS really the worst of the worst? Or was it Al-Qaeda? Like, they're all terrorists, man. They're all bad. I don't give a shit which one is which group. I don't fucking care. I see white people being assholes. I see black people being assholes. I see Asian people being assholes. I see all sorts of people being assholes. And I see assholes, and I go, that shit's a problem. But there's a lot of black people out there acting like assholes. And it's not just shitheads on TikTok. It's people on the news, people on The View, people everywhere out there just being assholes. And a lot of assholes have gotten a lot of play. They've been pushed very hard because, of course, the worst of us is going to be the thing that the algorithm always pushes out there. It's the shit that people have problems with. That's the stuff that everybody wants to see. Because everybody wants to watch stuff so they can get themselves angry. And I see all these things and I go, well, that's just assholes. But you're all sitting there going, no, it's black assholes. And like when I say you all, I'm not just talking about white people. Black people too. Like this almost seems like this is going to become another thing where someday some black people are going to be like, you know, black fatigue started as black people being tired of fucking asshole black people. And then the white people got in and now it's a fucking thing. Like this is going to be the next thing that white people get into and just ruin that black people started. Right? Like, but when I first started seeing about black fatigue, it was black people making videos where they're like, I'm tired of these motherfuckers and their broke-ass English, and I'm just like sitting there going, and they're like, and this fucking snitches get stitches, that's why there's so much crime in your neighborhood, motherfucker. And like, dude, guys is going off, and I'm like, this is all shit I've said before, this is crazy. And like, there's a lot of black people that have a lot of problems with a lot of black people, it seems. And I'm not trying to say that they're black white supremacists. I don't know where the fuck that guy got that shit. Maybe I'll have to rewatch that video and see where the hell he picked that up from. But whatever, dude. That sounds like something filtered through your own mind. But it is interesting to me to see the class warfare involved here, right? Because when you have black people having a problem with something, and you got white people having a problem with something, and that something's the same something, there's something else at play here, right? And what the problem is from the black people's perspective is that these people are acting like thugs that come from the slums, and they don't come from the fucking slums. What the fuck are they doing? You better yourself. And I'm like, damn. Well, there you go. You know what I mean? And then whenever I see white people talking about it, it's, they're gonna kill our kids, and they're just violent, killing everybody. And it's, no. I don't really think that it's just a matter of time before some black person kills your kid. Like, I have a tough time getting on board with that. It's like a general rule. But like, it's when black people are doing this, that they're going off against people that act like a different class. Like, this is a class thing. Lower class and upper class. It's still a class thing. But it's being co-opted, I think personally, by a fringe group that always sits around and waits for an opportunity to drum up a whole bunch of "we hate black people," and then it gets shit off topic. I think that if black people want to come out and say, hey, you know, speak proper English and fucking behave, I'm all for that, you know what I mean? And it certainly sounds a lot better than me saying it, even though I've been saying it for fucking years. But it is what it is. Like, I just want people to have the best opportunities in life. And I think that communicating is a big part of life. And if you can communicate in a way that somebody else doesn't have to, like, decode your dialect to figure out what the fuck you're even saying, that just helps you in the long run. I don't know, and I think that, you know, calling the cops on the criminals, probably a good idea, because it cleans up the neighborhood, and then there isn't so much bad shit going on, and some stores move in, and then things go up, and everybody, you know, the area becomes better, and people make more money. Like, it becomes a thing. Like, I've always said that the people that hold black people back the most are black people. And it's like, it's opportunism, I think, to a degree. I think people who want to get away with doing bad shit see opportunity in, well, let's just make it racist to say that anything we do is bad. You know what I mean? Like, every time I see, like, people are saying that the Diddy trial is racism. How? Like, because he's black? Because, like, a lot of the people involved in this are black. Like, how is it racism? Like, I've yet to see too many white people really involved fucking at all. So, like, how is that racism? Well, because they just want to get Diddy off. Because they just want to say he's not a bad guy. Don't judge all of us by Diddy. And it's like, well, if you don't want us to judge you by Diddy, then stop attaching yourself to Diddy in some way or another. Right? Like, if you don't want for people, any people, all people, white people, black, whatever, if you don't want for people to think that your kids are dangerous because they might just whip out a knife and stab somebody for looking at them funny, well, then how about you not donate your $5 to the kid that whipped out a knife and stabbed somebody for fucking pushing him? Right? And it's bad people on both sides. It's the anti-Trump. There's bad people on both sides. There are bad people on both sides that are just making all this happen. You got black people that hate white people. So whenever the black kid stabs the white kid, of course they're down. They support it. And then you got white people that hate black people. And whenever the lady screams the N-word at a 5-year-old, they go, I'll support that. And then everybody else talks about it. And then everybody kind of says, well, hey, there's this perspective and that perspective, and everybody's got their perspective. And then everybody starts trading perspectives, and now we're online, so we're all talking to each other. And then everybody's telling each other they're fucking retards because you don't believe what I believe, and And then everybody starts getting radicalized because everybody sees the injustice of it. You got a kid who stabbed another kid, and his family is raised $500,000 off that shit. And you got this other lady who, a kid, tried to steal something out of her bag, and so she called him the N-word a whole bunch. And now she's being attacked. There isn't a whole lot of comparison here that works, in the favor of really anybody. But if it works in the favor of anybody, it works in the favor of the person who didn't murder somebody. Right? This is the ultimate test that we've all been waiting for since 2016. Are words actually violent? Is that 5-year-old kid any more dead than the 17-year-old kid who is dead? It seems that violence actually is more violent than words. I don't know. Crazy how that shit works out. But at least we've got that one solved. And it's like, again, I did the fucking video about this stupid shit. It's like that's the race war now. Who can raise more money for a person? But we're still talking about fractions of society here. Small little fractions of society. Otherwise it would be millions instead of almost 500,000 for each. It's still just the fringe. It's still that 8%. It's just 8% this direction and 8% this direction. And there's people on both sides. I'm sure there's black people giving Shiloh Hendrix money, and I'm sure there's white people giving Carmelo Anthony's family money. Because if there's a race, and we're going to make a race thing out of it, there's always going to be race traitors on all fucking sides. Because it takes all kinds, man. Like, you cast a big enough net, you catch ugly fish. Like, you're going to have that. You're going to have people on both sides, and you're going to have people pumping shit up one way or the other. But I don't like the idea of making it a race thing. I just don't. I think that doesn't go anywhere good. If you want to make it a race thing, fine. But I have yet to see anybody give me a black-only trait. I mean, am I tired of seeing black people in the news acting like assholes? Yeah! I'm tired of it too. But being an asshole isn't an inherently black thing. Like, if black people want to say, man, I'm tired of these retarded black people. Fair enough. I get it, man. I'm tired of these retarded white people. You know? I mean, look at it this way. At least we have now a vocal portion of black society who is willing to and able to and is calling out this shit as wrong. And saying, I don't care that he's black. He murdered somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least we got that going on. But, fuck, like, personally myself, you know, I meet a lot of black people in my life. I believe it or not, even though I look like a 50-year-old gamer, I actually do get out quite a bit. I have to for my job. Wouldn't if I didn't have to. So there is still that. But I have to for my job. And I meet all sorts of people. And I do services for people in million-dollar mansions, like multi-million-dollar gated community. I had to fucking go there today, too. There is a gated community that I have to do services in. and it has a gate gating off this whole golf course and this whole neighborhood that's in there and all this fucking shit. Gigantic fuck off houses. Just some of the biggest houses you ever see. All of them, and they're not like the McMansions where they're all just all different types of places. Some 3 floors, some just real super wide. Like all this shit. They have these houses, like they buy the plots and then they design the houses and have them built. And I mean, it's gorgeous going through there. For my part, I see these houses and I go, man, I would have to have 15 of my best friends' families move in with me before I would even fucking think that I'm in any way utilizing that space worthwhile. Like, they're all tax shelters and whatever, all that fucking weird shit. They're just buying properties at exuberant prices just so they can go, well, you know, it can go up in price and then we'll sell it for more. It's rich people shit. I ain't that rich. But I treat $1 million mansions, and I go to the scummiest slums that you ever fucking thought you'd see. I've been in hoarder houses. Shit, I kid you not, man. Floor to ceiling trash bags and just things everywhere with a little path to go through. And I'm like, oh, this is great. Like, I mean, I've been in slums. I've been in high-rise apartment buildings, low-rise apartment buildings, high rent, low rent, fucking retirement home. I've been everywhere and I've seen just about everything. And I gotta tell you, it's a mixed bag. Like, I can't say that I've seen more black people living in slummy places than white people. I can't say that I've seen more white people than black people living in slummy places. I can't say that I've seen more white people than black people living in huge mansions. And I can't say that I've seen more black people than white people living in huge mansions. I meet all these people. And yeah, the people that live in the slummy, shitty places, you know, I take one look at them, I take one look at the way they live, and I go, it's no wonder to me, this is the way you live. Like, this is the way you act, this is the way you live. I understand. And then I see people in these big mansions, and I say, this is the way you act, this is the way you live. No wonder you live this way. You know what I mean? I see a lot of broken English that I have to translate in my head whenever I go to the slums. And I don't have to do any translation at all whenever I go to the rich places. Right? But it's not just black people in the slums talking like that. You can say, well, that's black culture destroying white youth. And I will point you at the fucking highlands of West Virginia, man. Like, there have been a lot of white people that have made a lot of dialects in this country that I just can't quite understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, it happens with people. When you portray yourself with low intellect, most likely it's because you're low intellect. But again, low intellect is not a racial thing. I mean, look, y'all want to make it a racial thing? That's on you. But again, I don't want to dice up assholes into little groups. I'm just anti-asshole. Yes, I will admit that we are seeing a huge uptick in black assholes. But I don't care. They're still just assholes to me. Like, I just wish we could be anti-asshole. Cause like you start lumping people like that together with each other, and that becomes a deterrent real quick. If we're not going to regard you as a black person that's acting up, and we're not going to regard you as a white person that's acting up, and we're just going to regard you as people acting up, then you're putting these people together, and they're not like that. Right? I don't know. I just think there's a whole lot of people out there that are terrified for no fucking reason. A whole lot of people have found their boogeyman, and it's the black person. What a surprise. Like, if it can't be the Jews all the time, it's gotta be black people. And if it can't be black people, it's gotta be white people. But I just think that, man, we're just going backwards. We got black people calling for segregation in all these places, and now we've got this shit. We got black fatigue, and everybody's jumping on that, going, oh shit, and everybody else is like, man, that's racist, and there's oh shit, and here we are fighting again about some other fucking thing. I think what we need to do is we need to just stop coming up with new terms for shit. Like, it's not like this is fucking new. People have been tired of motherfuckers acting up forever. Like, this has always been a thing. But now this is a new thing. And every time we have a new thing, we fracture reality again. And now we've got people that are on the side of black fatigue is racism. And then we got people on the side of, no, black fatigue is real. And we got other people on the side of, can't we just call them assholes? And, I mean, there's a lot of problems with black people and black culture. There is. But I don't see that getting worse. I know, a kid just got stabbed. Yeah, South Africa, yeah. I don't see it getting worse. I see things getting better. I see a lot of black people coming up. I see a lot of black people trying to get away from that shit. My next door neighbor's a black guy who's trying to get away from that shit. Worked himself to death in fucking 10 jobs just to get his family out to the suburbs where he doesn't have to deal with this shit. And you know what I see? His kid's fully engrossed in black culture. Like, maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe we have too many black kids with white privilege and a big black chip on their shoulder. Maybe that's where the dangerous mix is. We get a whole bunch of entitled, white privileged kids, and then we tell them that they're always going to be oppressed. Maybe it's us that's doing this shit. Maybe the more that we fucking bitch and complain about each other due to race, maybe that just increases the race tensions. Boy, I don't fucking know. But at some point, something's got to break. Either we all just have to go, hey, look. How about we're all just against the assholes? Or we can be like, all right, well, who's against black people? Who's against white people? And we'll just fucking, fight it out in the streets? Great. I mean, I know I'm fine. Because I know all the black people around me, and they don't give a shit about this kind of stuff. They're more worried about work and paying for their kids' tuition and shit like that. Making sure their kids are highly educated and come out of school knowing a fucking thing. That's their concerns. So maybe you guys just live in a shittier area than I do. I don't know what to tell you. But I don't walk around in fear for myself that some black person is going to come up on me. Because that doesn't happen in 90% of the fucking country. So, I don't know. I see a lot of black people doing good things. I see a lot of black people coming up. Maybe I'm just more hopeful. Maybe I'm just out there amongst the people more than you guys. Maybe I've already been doing the thing you're all telling me to do. Because I'm not seeing it. I am not seeing a fuck ton of people flocking to black culture anymore. I see a lot of people running away from it. So, I don't know what to tell you. This is just my perspective on it. I don't think that making it a race thing, unless it's a race thing, like if it involves sickle cell, all right, fine. Well, that's probably a racial thing then. But I don't really know, what the relation of people with sickle cell and being an asshole is exactly. I think being an asshole is pretty fucking universal. And yeah, I've been seeing a lot of black people acting up lately in videos, sure. But I'm not prepared to say, oh my God, I saw 5 more black people acting up this month than I saw last month. Clearly it's all of them. No. Like, come on, dude. Like, this is still a vast minority of just shitheads. And I think that's where it is. Yeah, I just think I think everybody's fucking warped. I think I think that we are not mature enough to have the internet. We don't put enough thought into things. And then somebody makes a video, and then everybody tells them, well, you need to think more about this. Bitch, I've been thinking about this for weeks. And at the end of the day, the real big brain thing is, we should all just kind of be against assholes.